And we're live. Let's do this. We have reached our 30 follower goal, so let's refresh that. How about that, huh? There we go. Goal refreshed. Trying for 40 now. Who is on even? So the company. No one in the breed company appears to be talking. So let's see. The keeper of the lake. Go to bed. Love ya. Go to bed. Logan, that's not going to bed. No, I don't know that. Go to bed. Go to bed. Love you, kiddo. One second. No. He's procrastinating. Because he literally just came in and said he wanted a hug. You have nothing to be scared about. Go to bed. Go to bed. What? Yeah? Logan, you're just procrastinating. Get your ass in bed. I don't know. I just literally the only word I didn't hear was open. No. Nearly that's been like the 6th time breaking out so far.
Who treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet? Thou hast forgotten the face of thy lord. Remember, mortal, and fear me.
How's it going, Vincent? No worries, take it easy. Appreciate the lurking. Yeah, that sounded rough, what you were saying earlier. Taking, you gotta get that rest. warm in here. Open the window.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve.
Well, I was already dressed.
Speak, mortal, and I shall listen. Guided by a star. My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn.
I had musical logs, but maybe he missed some.
Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds.
He didn't make it to the toilet even.
We do not forget. We do not forgive.
Maybe black. No, not because of the wheels.
7 children did I sire. One now singeth
Or
of
white.
retribution.
Are you going to paint the letters?
Rise to join in the chorus.
I think you should switch back and forth between red and green for the letters.
Thou art
Don't you?
powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end. Trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted, but chosen. Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent. Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee. Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker. Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine. I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing. Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more. The covenant binds me to thee. I shall watch, listen, and wait. Fight and
Well, that's what's talking to that.
if it be
That's what's talking
thy
right there.
will. Man
Midgar
hath
Stormer.
ever coveted that which lieth
I think one of these
beyond
things I'll
his
just
grasp. I drink of her body, and thence doth mine own find new life. When it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice. The dragon song heraldeth a beginning and an end.
Sweet. I got a new minion. I'm about to find out. But I'm pretty sure it's like a baby dragon. Character minion. Baby dragon. See? Back to the Rising Stones. Yeah. So all day with everything.
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale. I give thanks to Halone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other. The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
I was surprised you even came in here.
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
Probably. Head to the solar. Umbrea. Umbreda. Whatever it is.
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking, I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon. I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the Void. Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether. Hang on a minute. Why didn't we think of this before? White auracite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white auracite cannot store ether for long periods? Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
That's the very problem we set out to solve. And I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land.
If you mean to tap the Great River of Ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona.
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land? I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea. I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out. Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum. During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go. Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Arsians will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a Crystal Brave, you are yet a Scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thangred and Papalymo shall accompany you. Ida and Y'shtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white aurosite.
Thank you, Urianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you are able. Go well, and be safe.
Yep. Alpha Nod. What you need now? Taos seemed evidence that once conspired to rob us of rest and reputation, though I wish it would otherwise. I must ask you to head straight away to the processing plant. The force have already developed to the area and await the arrival of Scions. Uldred will brief you on developing situations. Meanwhile, I must reunize with Captain Ilbred at our headquarters in Ul'dah. I shall take command of our forces there with a lighter heart, knowing that you go support the front lines. Your duties take you northern Thailand, do they not? We too must say our farewells to Rising Stones for a time. Philemon travels to Ul'dah, and we serve as her escort. On my daughter's behalf, I go to contact certain holy places in Glided City. We are best on all sides of the civil unrest and imperial Mexicans, threatened by primals and troubled by dragons. We need all the allies we can muster. Many of our friends hold position of power, you see, and it is my hope that they can be convinced to aid the Scion's cause. If Pacifist is anything, then we know that Eorzea must present a united front or we shall fall. Oh, how extraordinary that my little Asilia is involved in such far-reaching affairs. I am proud that I might now stand at her side not only as a mother, but also as a colleague. A colleague with influential connections, but I fear that Ul'dah has become a place of danger even for one so familiar with her streets. Well betide the blackguard that so much as glares in your direction, mid-lady. Well, that wasn't a weird gesture. Aha, I shall be well protected, it seems. Shall we be on our way, then? Oh, my computer feels like it's putting so much heat today. Commander Lovere sent word that you becoming a veteran of your talents is most welcome. Not that I don't think we can handle the situation, mind you. I learned a trick or two since the disaster with Amagella. But returning to the task at hand. The Flames reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers in opinion about Bond's push. Such report is likely the one thing getting their hands on resources found here at processing plant. The Guardians could begin marching at us at any time. Pray speak with Lieutenant Edelson that might coordinate with our counter strategy. In the meantime, I will inform the others that you have arrived. No doubt it will be a welcome tidings. Right behind my soldiers yell, yet tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. With that, we could sit a while and reminisce over old times, but I fear more pressing matters require our attention. The civilian draftsmen you see have come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a look, and our worst fears were confirmed. These boxes contain powerful explosive devices of Imperial design no less. By my order, the flanking station here are conducting a thorough sweep of the compact as we speak. Though it troubles me that we are unable to apprehend the Imperial spy behind this, I have faith that our men will be able to neutralize the threat for now. In the meantime, our scouts bring troubling news on the latest movements of the Imperial army, who would once again ask for your aid. We have been keeping a close eye on the Garland garrison, and thou seem the Imperials have finally begun to mobilize. According to reconnaissance report that just came in, the squads seen leaving Castrium are too few in number to effectively take and hold our position. It will likely mount a swift assault and focus on the acquisition of resources. I have, of course, also shared this report with the Crystal Braves. They decided to take the field to meet the assault head-on. I have apprised your fellow Scions of the situation and heartened to note that we will be joining the effort. Pray report to Lieutenant Aline and lend your much welcome strength to the counter-offensive. Glad to have you with us, Logan. As I'm sure Lieutenant Ellison has explained, the Garleans have deployed a small force of Castrium Mediterranean. Their main column assembles to the north of Dalman Talons, but we've also spied several squads attempting to conceal themselves on the approach to the west. They wish you to rush forth and commit to battle with the main column, leaving the detached forces free to raid the plant and spies. Not much of a strategy, but these are desperate men. Captain Elbert. Greetings, Scion. I understand the commander bid you and your fellows come in to hand it to the Braves. With such mighty heroes at his disposal, the force should have little trouble containing the Garleans might throw at them. But even you cannot be everywhere at once, so through risky breath, so let's hold up and we are. So I marched them out here to filling holes in the plant's defenses and add numbers to their counterattack. Your born students are welcome. Now soldiers now divide our own forces and safely engage the enemy far beyond the walls. While it would be the best to avoid staging a battle anywhere near this much Corellium. A wise course indeed. I shudder to think of the consequences of any of these storage tanks being exposed to fire. Is there no objections the Scion should join the fourth and give battle to this main column? Here with the third and Waterlight, your job will be to intercept these squads hiding out in the west and prevent them from reaching the processing plant. When you're ready to proceed, report to the U-Halls. His scouts should have a rough idea of where the Imperials have concealed themselves by now. A pleasure to be fighting at your side once more, Scion. Our operations inevitably succeed when you're around, and victories won't to pave the road to greater coin. Now the detached force we've been sent to eliminate has split into smaller squads to better to conceal themselves within their terrain hereabouts, I imagine. We'll need to split ourselves up as well to cover more ground and make sure we root out all these would-be raiders. Seeing as an enemy unto itself, I've assigned you your own areas to scout clean of enemy scouts. This will be a simple search and destroy. Will Redemptive Eyes back here when the task is done. Happy hunting, Scion. So typical. Oh, I'm gonna go with 3 people. You go by yourself. You got this. Okay, I do. But that's besides the point. Oh no, hostile presence. What am I ever gonna do? Yes, I will do it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. These Imperials, though, they're certainly made us earn our pay. I wouldn't be a happy man if I never had to tussle with another of those magic hoarders. It is time we bid this war-torn land farewell. I will contact the Fourth and let Lieutenant Alwine know the West is now clear. I appreciate you if you would do the same when you report to Lieutenant Ellison. Private Hun, what news of the Garlands? The Radiant Bars are no more then? Excellent. The Amajar engineers will be most relieved to hear that the planet is no longer in immediate danger. Thank you again for your assistance. You must be anxious for a word of your fellows. Lieutenant Alwine has reported a sound victory over the main column and informs me that the Scions have already turned their attention to other duties. All but one, that is. The raw, daring lady with the large axe. It would appear she was chosen to be reigned at the site of the battle. I know not what task keeps her from returning to civilization, but northern Ireland is no place for a wanderer alone, even for a capable such as her. It would certainly feel better about things if you could check in on her before you continue on your way. She's doing what she came here for, dude.
Hold on, I won't be a second. The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe. I know, as Urianger never tires of reminding me. An axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one. And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it? Aye, that ought to do it. So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed? The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether, which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
He senses me. A useful talent.
Anasian, are they onto us?
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan, keeper of knowledge, seeker of truth. Meddler.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath. Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabriales. And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of La Habrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
Oh, bugger.
Do settle down. You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh dear. Could it be that frail Hydaelyn has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee. Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken. Now is the time to claim the staff. With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
What did that bastard want with us? Nabriales, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet, unconscious. But this staff, you say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff. Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louisoix's staff. Minfilia's in danger. We have to get back to the Rising Stones.
You're here. Red Celestine is kept in the cellar, isn't it? Quickly now. And it's gone.
You two.
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull, and quite incapable of barring my entry.
What do you mean?
You truly do not know? Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you. The blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain. My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on. But I need look no longer. Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
You will not harm her!
Moonbreeder!
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings. How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow this staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
Knowing that means I probably don't want to do that one. So, since I don't want to spend the time trying to find that and starting risk not being able to finish. Battle for the ages, but a worthy victor has chosen to reclaim the spoils. Now let's take a look at the relic that our champion has won. Hold, from personal vaults of Master Frigorus himself, the Warden's Grace, a timeless treasure like the likes of which has almost only seen one that's earned the attention of Rose's more prominent Prepler, go ha ha. Above you. Ladies and gentlemen, inspectors and immigrants, the opening act dragged on and long, over long, but worry not, the main event is about to begin. I know that you paid you well for your seats here today, but I can assure you that my performance will not leave you disappointed. Now I invite one and all to sit back and enjoy the show. Vile fiend, mark my words, he has stolen your last treasure. I swear on the Manderville name. Think not, Hildgard. Good, Greg. It was always a pleasure, and I with old friends, but your time truly leaves something to be desired. Floating, best me once, but not today. I shall have my revenge when I pierce your chest with my spear. Do you not mean your skewer? My spear. Okay, I think we're gonna call it there. Let's go raid someone. Okay, let's check these people out. You have a good rest of your night. I'm gonna go ahead and sign out.